Another episode of Wildcard Customs, Paint, Pimp, Ghetto Garage. What you're looking at is actually diamond plate. The skull's made out of. I cut it with a jigsaw. I have a plasma cutter, but I haven't had very good luck with it. And if you notice, you guys can do this at home. It's really basically nothing. It's a plywood. This is actually an old storm window. That's what this is. Some diamond plate. I took some 2x4s, cut some little blocks down, ran a light to it, and it's actually a light. It's kind of expensive. It's like $6. It looks like a light bulb, but it has little LEDs in it and it changes color. This does glow in the dark, but it needs to absorb a lot of light in order to glow in the dark. I like glow in the dark stuff, always have. The bad thing about glow in the dark, it doesn't glow in the dark for very long. I'm going to show you guys some stuff today. So I'm going to get back to basics. And maybe you guys know this, maybe you don't know this. This is a Mustang interior part. And what I do is I'm putting velvet on it. That's what this is. Actually, the velvet actually stretches one way, not that way, I guess. This way, it actually stretches, and that helps to wrap it around. I always use 3M Super 77, and what they say is if you want a really good bond, you want it to, first off, before I get carried away, what I do is I sand this plastic. I use 220 sandpaper. I sand it, I blow it off, and then I wipe it down with lacquer thinner. I use lacquer thinner. I keep it in a ball jar because the fumes don't evaporate because it's nasty. And when I do this, I've already done this, but I always wear a 3M mask. Always wear some kind of mask because especially in the wintertime, the chemicals will start getting to you. And then I use, this is, actually I'll show you. Yeah. These are called Scott rags. You buy them from Sam's Club. Let me turn this around. There we go. I buy these in bulk. You know, I need to turn some light on. Maybe you can see what's going on now. Okay. I buy these in bulk. What I do is, they come in a big piece like this. I cut them down in 4s so I can save material. I take that and wear gloves too. I wear canning jar gloves. That's what I prefer. I don't know what the brand is. I wipe this down and want it real clean. And I will shake this up real good. Read the directions. Not everybody likes to read directions. I don't, but you need to. You want to spray it on your first item, and then you want to spray it on the second item. And you want, when you spray, you want to do it this way, and then your second coat, I spray it this way. And if it's really, when you touch it, and if it comes up, it's not ready. What you want to do is you want to feel it, and it's basically dry. You think it's dry, but it'll bond real good. And when I try to cut this velvet, don't use scissors. It doesn't work too well. I use gem blades. I buy them by bulk off eBay. And when you do this, you want to cut it. I have you can go to Joanne Fabrics or whatever. It's like, I don't know what kind of board it is, but it's used to cut material. And you want to cut this slow. If you cut it fast, this, it's got like spandex in it, and it wants to roll. You kind of got to take your time. See, I'm having a hard time. But what happens if you cut it too fast, this really rolls up really bad, and you kind of basically waste a lot of material. And when I do it, this is just how I do it. After you want your table, you want to spray your material. And say this has already got the 3M spray on it, and say this has it on it too. You don't want this to touch itself. So this is what I do. You try to hold it up and you do the best you can, and you try to lay it down and kind of roll it. Now, you don't want to push on it yet. And see how I got some wrinkles here? Usually it'll be bonded pretty good, but a lot of times you can just kind of, even though that's stuck, you can kind of pull it. You know, and you can work it out. Just lift it up, and then after you get it all where you want it, you just do like that. Another way to do it, and it's harder, I'm not going to show you that way because it's just harder. And I always save these caps for spray cans or whatever, because you can always mix stuff up in it. Because I used to use pop cans and cut them in half, and that's 10 cents, and I'm trying to save money. So you can always use these to, you know, mix stuff up in. Another thing I wanted to show you that was handy is these. I think they're real handy. You ever have masking tape and you're trying to dig the edge, dig the edge, dig the edge? Well, it gets old. It's probably a no-brainer, but I like these. It makes things really easy. This is a Highlander brand, and this is actually Scott's 3M. I like 3M products, kind of pricey, but I like them. They seem to last quite a long time. Okay. I'll show you a few other things. You see my boots are drying because we did get quite a bit of snow yesterday. I say we got 12 inches. I don't know. There's a lot of drifting. I bet you I snowblowed for, you can't see it because we're not in the sun. We did, we got a lot of snow. We got about 12 inches. I hope we don't get no more snow because I'm kind of tired of snow blowing. And I wanted to show you the hood, because this is what I'm going to do as soon as I get done videotaping. This is a hood of the Mustang. And what I did is, all this is tag board paper. You can buy it at your local art supply. And what I do is I just cut the pieces and then tape them together. Now, what I had to do is, see, this is hollow in there, so to get the pattern right, see how that is like that? What I did is, I just used different sizes of tape, a whole bunch of it, to when I was taping the tag board down so it didn't bow in, so my measurement would be true. That's how much tape. I just use what I have. You don't have to use tape. You can use boxes. You can use anything you want. And like this paper, we used to have a paper mill in our town, and we don't no more. I used to buy that by the roll. It's really cheap. It's basically like newspaper. I wouldn't use it to do auto body, but it's really nice to just, you know, because that 3M stuff gets sticky, and you don't want to put it on this, because then your wood's kind of, you know, junky. You kind of wasted it. I wanted to explain to you guys why I call this ghetto garage. If you look at the floor, look how the floor is going up right there. Look at the difference of the mirror on the floor, because there's a big crack. And I'll tell you why I explain this to you. You see the ceiling up there? It goes up. The only reason I'm showing you this stuff is that this is just a basic garage. You can do what I'm doing. It's not magic. Actually, I got a problem with the water because I guess my eaves I get too much heat in here and the cold air is backing up, and actually, to tell you the truth, it's dripping down there, and that's why I got this here. Till spring, I need to fix that. There's a gentleman out there called, I'm sorry if I don't say your name right, I think your name is Country Roads. He emailed me and he says that he has one of these DAs. And I emailed him back, and he says he uses 3M, and they're very pricey, the sanding pads, and that he used waffle pads. I need some help. This is what I have, and I don't know, I don't know why. Maybe I'm getting too much glare. Because this is what my pads are. And I got 3 of them, and I don't know if they're all the same. See, that's got black foam. We'll call that number 1. That's got it's actually different. You might think it's the same, but they're different squishiness, I guess. And this is gray. And then I don't know what this is. Is this a piece of sanding paper? Now, the only thing I noticed is this got a center hole for all water, and this doesn't, and this doesn't. The weird thing is it all sticks together. I don't know, I don't think I use all 3 of them, but I don't know. And if that gentleman Crossroads, I think it's Crossroads 82. When he gets time, or send me a link, explain that, because I don't know which one to use. Maybe I just use one. And I was gonna pass a tip along to you guys, and I'm not gonna claim it's mine. Pete at Southwest Riding Custom, he taught me a tip that that when you I think it's when you're using rubbing compound or polish, you always want to use, I think it's polish, you always want to use the polish for dark cars, which makes sense because when you use the white polish that I've always used, it gets in nooks and crannies and it's really hard to get out. So he says use the ones for black cars. I just wanted to pass that along to you guys. That wasn't my idea. I still watch Peace's channel because I learn. I'll watch anybody's channel that I can learn something from. It's getting down to the countdown. I'm hoping that my channel is getting better and I'm actually showing you guys stuff. I want to apologize for getting into the drama. Oh, I wanted to show you something. You guys might laugh, and that's okay. It's good. But if you ever get a chance and you want to read something, it's Dr. Phil's book, Real Life. You know what? A lot of information that he gives you, I knew, but I wasn't applying it. It's worth buying. I need to work on the hood. I think I had other things to say, but I don't remember. Oh, I was gonna say, where's my little, this thing about the body shop with JJ and his dad Bill. This is how I kind of look at it. I'm learning to test the waters with my toe instead of jumping in with both feet. Because when you jump in with both feet, you get so far away from the shore that you're drowning. Now, I usually jump in too fast, too soon, and I need to ease back. And I guess my point is that if this doesn't work out with these two gentlemen, maybe they know somebody that has a building for rent or something. I guess my point is, there's always somebody watching. Like they always say, it's not what you know. Don't get me wrong, education and going to college is a very good thing. I promote that to my kids. But sometimes it's who you know, not what you know. You guys probably know that too. It's 14 minutes and 35 seconds and peace of mind is a good thing. My evil twin Todd, I locked him up for a while. He might come out and play, but only for a short period of time. Peace.